Hey, so I thought it might be fun to do a little boat check-in with Andrea. I do a lot of stuff behind the scenes, editing and getting content ready, and Quinton does a lot of the work with the actual boat. So we've been making a lot of decisions inside the boat that aren't really worth videotaping, but I thought I would go over it with you guys to give you an idea of where we're at and what's happening next. As you can see, we need to spend maybe some time cleaning out the boat. There's a lot going on in here. Quinton's been very busy doing all sorts of things. We've had some fun craft time with our cardboard, getting the dash figured out. So as you can see, we took out the old dash, which was here, and we have been recreating a new dash on the right side of the boat. As we were taking the dash apart, we came to the realization that if we were going to go through this effort to start rebuilding the old dash, we might as well swap it to the other side of the boat and make it a right-hand drive boat, which is more standard in boats. Before we had the dash and kitchen on this side, we'd come to that decision. Now we're mirroring it, and the dash will be there, and then the kitchen will be on this side, and then the bathroom will be back to that side. Yes. So we played around with cardboard because we're making a new dash. This is the second version. The first version was pretty rough, and Quinton didn't want it documented at all. It involved duct tape and cardboard and maybe like 3 hands holding it all up and figuring it out. This is the hole for the steering wheel. And this is where the chair will go. Those are our water tanks and a piece of wood. My nice little artistic dash to replicate the dash size that we have that we've kind of fitted in. So yeah, it's rough. When we come together on a project like this, it works really well. I'm very good at visualizing it and creating it, and then Quinton can see what I've done and be like, oh yeah, that makes sense. And Quinton's been very busy with the welding and grinding, and there are aluminum shavings everywhere in here, and it's hard to walk in here without getting shavings all over you. I can't sit down without my pants getting full of shavings. So we do need to spend some time tidying up inside the boat. We need to do boat cleanup. We need to work on the dash. Quinton is cutting the pieces today for the dash, and he's going to get them bent to the right angles, and then he's excited about getting that in. That has been a very overwhelming project for him, which I find a little bit amusing because he's done so much already, and then this is the one that he's like struggling over. This is the one he's like, well, maybe this is a 1.5-year project instead of his 6-month timeline that he's been dreaming of. I'm the artist. He's the meticulous fabricator, figure-outer, and together our processes help us to create something like this beautiful thing made out of cardboard, which has really helped him figure out the heights and the angles, because we want to make sure there's enough room here for the captain's chair and his knees and his feet and all those things that you need to think about ahead of time, because when we get them all finished, we want to make sure it's comfortable and it makes sense. We're trying to think about what it's going to be like to be on the ocean in this boat as we are designing and building and figuring out all these things, which is challenging because we've never actually experienced that. So we're trying to imagine it and build to that plan. Yeah. So, exciting day, Quinton?
I don't know, it might be.
We got a captain's chair.
We made a decision.
But did we?
To buy a particular one out of the options.
To try it. We think we can return it if it doesn't look good coming out of the box. But this is the, can I say it's the budget chair?
It's definitely not the $5,000.
Nope, not the $5,000
option. Pretty good.
pretty comfortable.
How far back does it go? But you might tip over.
Thank you.
Aren't any other good, cheaper options, so send it.
You okay? Look at that. I think it's a good amount of chair. It's not overkill. It's not too small.
But the boat is overkill. Maybe it needs
Oh, it's not overkill. I think the color is good too. Black and brown.
Yeah.
Cool.
Alright, this is our piece that'll go across from the main dash across to the passenger side. So I'll cut this chunk out and then I'll get it formed up. This is the main side of the dash, the larger, deeper section, steering wheel. And then this is the section down below it. We're going to cut these two pieces out. There we go. Now off to the bender. Get it formed up. I'll show you what everything looks like after that's done. All right, and just like that, bent up. This is the piece that goes under driver's feet. This will be the top side of it. And here's my two dash pieces. They're 90 the bottom, just to soften that all in case you run your leg into it. And then this is the continuation of it across the center. That same matching bottom edge. Alright, this is great progress. A few little things done today and I feel like I'm a lot closer to making some headway here again. So feeling good about it. So to get started here, I need to notch so that this can run right into the side of the boat, so I can weld it into the side there. I'm going to take this notch out, and then that'll fit a little tighter, and this is actually tapered, so I'm going to have to take some off of there as well, off just this top part of the taper, just to get it to sit right in there. Alright, I'll clean up the wall here just to prep it for welding so that I can tack it in place. But I'm pretty happy with how it fits now, so we'll get this cleaned up. Look at that progress. Next I'm going to close in this triangle on the end here before we put the piece in that extends this, because otherwise it's going to be really hard to put that in cutting around the next piece that butts up against it. So I'm going to make a template for that and cut that out, and we'll make that. There we go, let's see how it fits. Let's see how we did here. Wow, I'm gonna go with first try here. It's either the beauty of video editing or it actually fit first try, you'll never know. Gotta do some cleanup and I'll tack it in place. It is very close, just needs a little bit more off. It fit in there, slipped right in. I'm happy with that. It's a nice transition here. I need to come up a little bit at that end. Let me find my tape measure. Alright, I'm happy with this end. I'm going to put a tack weld underneath the front. And then I'm going to raise that end up. I just don't want this end to move, so I want to put a tack here before I go hammering on the other end. Right. That's solid. Okay, so at this end we are at exactly 2 inches off the laser. The laser I've leveled off of the windows. That's kind of the only thing you're going to see. They're the biggest, widest flat area. 2 inches off the laser here. And then we'll raise this up. Alright, I got this end smashed around. We got it up to nice even off the windows. So I'm going to weld this end in. There's a little bow in it. Still have to support the top edge here. Just going to extend it with this piece worked with the material we had left. So we used it, knowing that we're going to cover it with another probably wood or something with a dash. So we knew that we wouldn't see it anyway, so I'll just cut some tabs and they'll continue. Bring that up, continue into here. It'll all get covered anyways. Pretty happy with that. Great, I made 3 of these little angle iron spacers. Got everything cleaned up here. I'm going to weld them in along here and then weld them into the crossbar in the front there. There we go. That is a nice dash. I'm really happy with it. Look at that. Well, any day that something comes together rather than cutting things apart is a good day. Because you gotta cut things apart to get changing the way you want, but it's a little discouraging sometimes. And this is awesome. Very excited. Can mount up my gauge cluster and steering wheel now. And making progress again. I'm loving it. Very happy. Alright, so this is the next piece. This is the next piece I'm going to get in here. This will be the rest my feet on. Captain rest the feet on here. And it'll close off the sleeping berth from the cabin, rest of the cabin. Feet from the sleeping berth will be able to come up underneath here. And then also now we can use that space for putting our feet on this side. So a little bit of a shared space. We'll make some cutouts along there to fit so that this slides up into this structure here, and that'll slide over, and we'll weld a new piece to this, weld that to there, and this to here, so it should be solid. Okay, so I got it sitting in place here, and I'm going to, I want it to sit in another 1 7/8 further. I'm going to take off 1 7/8 off of all the areas that we'll contact before that area, so it'll all just move in together. Alright, let's see if this gets us any closer to where we want to be. Like that. It's pretty nice. And you can't even see that. I'm gonna have to meet up to here, so just take a little gouge out of it, and then for here, just take a little bit more out of there. Did another couple little trims here and there and got it sitting pretty good. I think I'm happy with how tight it's sitting in. So now we'll make a mark across the top and trim the top down, and that'll be ready for welding. I'll make that line, and then I'll get that cut and we'll see if it fits. Did set up the laser here just to get a parallel line to the floor. And then got this vertical line now from the laser just to line it up with the edge of the dash so that I know that this is all going to line up with the dash, so that when we end up finishing that, that is all in alignment. Right, so I'll get the top of that cut off and then we'll get that in place. Let's see how this fits. Just take another little slice out of, and one more little nip. I think that is what we go with. Got it all cleaned up and ready to be tacked in place. Pretty happy with how it fits. We'll get it welded here. I got it all cleaned up, and I'm going to do a couple tacks in the back here first. Just a couple wraps left on that spool. See if I could remember this time. I still don't have a lot of faith. I don't know what's going on there, but it's not out of wire yet. Well, I'm not sure. I didn't run out of wire, but I guess it was spattering enough that something got bonded onto the brass tip there, and then the wire didn't seem to want to feed through the hole properly, so I changed out the tip there, but I still am low on the spool, so I hope I don't ruin this nice new tip when I run out. Alright, that is welded in. Looks pretty good. And that gives us some nice foot space here, so I can have my feet in here while I'm sleeping. Gives us well over 6 feet. Well, that's probably the end of the day for me, and I'll figure out what's next on the list and tackle that. That's what it looks like stepping back here. Should work pretty good. I like the shape it's taken. It's good to see some structure back in, some shape. Had to put the seat back in to really appreciate where I'm at here. Pretty nice. I really like the spacing we've given ourselves here. Seems good.